Players are awarded a free throw in basketball when an opposition player fouls. The player is awarded 2 shots worth 1 point each with no defender. The participant has no history of playing basketball and has never played it before. This means that she is in the cognitive stage of learning. The participant's sport history or preferred sport is netball. Because of this, there is some positive and negative transfer to the three-throw skill. The positives would be that both sports, being netball and basketball, are played with a ball. They are played on a court, whether that's indoor or outdoor, and it has a similar number of players. The negative transfer would be the shooting styles, both of them being different between netball and basketball. The different ball, whether that is weight and size, the weight of a basketball is quite heavier than a netball, and the fact that a basketball has a backboard, whereas netball there is no backboard. The skill of the three-throw has been classified using the one-dimensional classification as a gross motor skill, as it requires large muscle groups such as the quads and the glutes. The distinctiveness of the movement has been classified as a discrete skill. This is because it has a notifiable beginning and end point. When performing a three-throw, the participant initiates the action. It is also performed in a stable environment, as it does not change from trial to trial or game to game. This makes it a closed skill. However, shown on the slides, it is not quite fixed on the closed category, as it can be argued that the environment can change in the way of crowd pressure or the pressure of the score, which can affect the environment in which the skill is performed. The environmental context is regulatory conditions for this skill, as the skill is performed in a stable and stationary setting. This is because certain aspects such as the three-throw line, the distance of the line from the basket, and the fact that there is no defender during this particular skill shows us that it is a stable and stationary setting. The body orientation for this skill is stable, as there is no transportation of the participant's body while performing the skill. This skill is performed with a ball or an object, and this object is manipulated as it moves through space towards the basket. The way that these 5 key aspects will be measured is through a quantitative measure and a qualitative measure. The quantitative measure is the best out of 10 three-throws and the score that the participant will gain, whereas the qualitative measure is the analyzer analysing the 5 key aspects and giving them a score out of 5. Over the 4-week training program, the 5 key aspects mentioned before will be broken up and be focused on week by week. The assessor has decided the weekly goals and outcomes that they hope to achieve with teaching this skill. As you can see, week 1 will be about basic stance of the participant and getting familiar with the ball, as it is a transfer from netball to basketball. Week 2, hand position and grip, eye focused on the target. Week 3 would be extension of the body and understanding the follow through, getting to a bit more depth of how to perform the skill. Week 4, the assessor hopes to see the correct delivery and follow through of the ball and the body, and the improvement in accuracy.
During the pre-test, using a qualitative measure, the participant was given a score out of 2 out of 5. This was due to the participant having a lack of follow-through. However, the participant did show adequate hand and ball position, and the stance was okay, although it was a bit forward after the release of the ball. Demonstration method was used as the participant was identified as a visual learner. Here the assessor is demonstrating some of the ways to practice different elements of the skill: hand and ball position, delivery and follow-through position, and stance and extension position. Now the participant is asked to practice these certain elements. During these practice, the assessor is presenting the participant with simple verbal cues and redemonstration if needed. During post-testing, the participant has shown that her preferred shooting hand was correctly under the ball, with the guide hand helping with the stability of the shot. This is the correct way of doing so. The follow-through in the stance was correctly shown, however her stance was still falling too far forward after the shot. To transfer the skills learned in the training sessions, the participant must adapt skills learned and transfer them into a game situation.
The delay between the post-test and the retention test allowed any temporary learning of the skill to disappear. This shows that the participant's learning of the skill remained and was not affected by time. However, any further improvements made to this skill will be minor and prolonged.